everyone, my name is Tamara Chambers, and this is Tamara's Never Seen. And today, I'm watching Brokeback Mountain. This was a film that in my small town growing up was only kind of whispered about. I know it was a mainstream film, but it was not something that was in my household. It was not something that we were going out as a family to see. Is it about gay people? Like, very like, oh my gosh, so taboo. So I definitely didn't see this in 2005, and I have heard it's beautiful. I've heard it's very sad. It's kind of long, so I hope it's not like all sad. I'll be fine. I'm not gonna cry. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. No tears for me. Let's do it! Na, 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 na. Na, 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 na. Na, 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 It was totally fine. Okay, so it was definitely sad. Honestly, there wasn't as much conflict as I thought there was going to be. I thought initially there was going to be a lot more people opposing them being gay. There was obviously conflicts that they couldn't be together, but not in the way that I thought there was going to be. I also really wish they could have cast men who identified as gay. But that being said, I think that the actors were phenomenal. They were all really, really good. The performances were very strong. And it was touching, like it was so touching, you guys. New hot take, Brokeback Mountain is touching. Jake Gyllenhaal is kind of this, I would say like kind of metro, like a little feminine for a leading character type of actor. Heath Ledger is amazing, just always just was so good. And this film was so subtle. He was so subtle in everything that he did, and his character, it called for that. It was just so good and complex, and oh, it was so good. It just, it's so sad that he's gone. I think they were perfectly cast. I think that their wives were perfectly cast. I know a lot of people don't love Anne Hathaway, but I really enjoy Anne Hathaway. I very much identify with her like excitedness all the time, and that's why people don't like her. And so I also identify with that. I thought she was really good in this. Michelle Williams, though, broke my heart in this. She was so soft and beautiful and kind and loving and perfect for the role of Heath Ledger's wife. It's kind of, it isn't, there is a story, but it's kind of like a non-story. Like, it's just a lot of back and forth between them living with their families and them seeing each other and being with each other on the mountain. Things happen in between that, of course, but it's just a lot of like showing this dreadful story of how they can't live together, or they feel like they can't live together, specifically Heath Ledger's character, and then them trying to make it work. Hooray. I wrote, first half hour is showing them protecting and tending to cattle on Brokeback Mountain, and then, oh damn, they have sex! I love this first sex scene that they have, because Jake Gyllenhaal's character really makes it happen, because I don't think Heath Ledger's character would have ever made the first move on that, and he's angry about it, and he's got such anger and almost like hate in this sex scene, because he is a tough cowboy in the 60s living in Wyoming, and that's just not okay. I mean, it was okay, it is okay, yes, but in that time period and in those circumstances, a lot of people did not agree. I wrote, I'm just gonna say it right now, Jake Gyllenhaal, he's got great lips. They both acknowledge that they're not queer, and then they have a super sweet makeout sesh. So, they got the logistics out of the way, and then they're like, all right, back to business. Then they part ways after the summer is over. And there's this beautiful moment where Heath breaks down into this corner as Jake Gyllenhaal is driving away, and he starts crying, and it's just, oh my god, it's so good. So Heath Ledger's character, Ennis, and his wife, Alma, have 2 kids. They're having a lot of sex. Meanwhile, Jake Gyllenhaal's character, Jack Twist, what a name. He is just sad and really bad at doing rodeo, which same. That's a big mood. Sad and terrible at rodeo. Anne Hathaway comes in. She's gonna fill the hole that Heath filled. No. I wrote, oh shit, Jake Gyllenhaal and Anne Hathaway have a kid. Oh shit, Jake sends Heath a postcard. Oh shit, he visits Heath. 4 years go by. They see each other again, and oh my god, it's like the steamiest scene ever. Jake pulls up, Heath goes down to get him, and then they just start kissing, and it's very, I will say that they acted their butts off in this film. I think it's really good. Again, would have been super cool if it was cast, you know, by actual people, but great job. They did such a good job. Alma sees, and that's really the decline of their marriage. You know, I understand that, I guess. But it's just it's so heartbreaking to watch because she's such a sweet character. It's a terrible, awful situation that, like, I just wish they could have confronted and made right. Of course they don't. I wrote, oh shit, is that Ellen Page? No, it's Linda Cardellini from Freaks and Geeks, Scooby-Doo. They look very similar. Then I wrote, what? Is that Anna Faris? Oh my God, is that David Harbour from Stranger Things? Wow. Huh? Is that the girl from House of Cards? Just like a lot of people in this. Then, I mean, back and forth, all these, like, they're just going back and forth from being together, not being together, blah, 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 blah. But then he gets word through a shitty postcard that Jack has died. We find out that he died from a tire accident, which was probably, you know, a homophobic thing. So Heath Ledger goes up to Jake's bedroom and sees that he kept his old shirt that had a bunch of blood on it from one of their fights, and it was just so sweet. It shows that Heath is living in this trailer, and he's saying that it's okay for his daughter to get married, all this stuff. Just really mundane things, like he's just living his sad existence of a life without his partner that he loves, and the end shot is just him looking at the shirt in his sad trailer with, like, no furniture, and it's so sad. There were definitely some problems with it, but overall, it was really good. Though I don't know that I ever need to watch it again. We've come so far as, like, a society with LGBT things and content, and I think there's some other really good options that aren't nearly as sad. Though I do enjoy indulging in sad things every once in a while, so we'll see. Who else just loves to cry at films? Because I do. Brokeback Mountain predictions. Doug recommended this one for TNS. Happy gay or sad gay? You tell me. Cody said, I also haven't seen it, but from what I know, we don't really get happy gay mainstream movies unless Nathan Lane is in them. Too true, too true. Wheezy Waiter says, sad. Definitely sad. You'll cry and realize its importance, but want happy queer movies. Yes, a lot of people thought that I was gonna cry at this, and I didn't. I didn't cry. You'll be annoyed that I wish I knew how to quit you is a meme when it's actually a pretty heartbreaking moment / line. There are a lot of things in this movie that I feel that way about. I've always known that this was a heavy, sad, important film, but also I think a lot of people deal with that uncomfortableness and turn it into a joke. So there's like a lot of memes about this film that seeing it in its actual context is like, that's deep. That is some heavy shit, and that shouldn't be a joke, but it is, of course, because, you know, the internet. Should have won Best Picture instead of Awful Crash. I've not seen Crash either, but yeah, totally, absolutely. Was Crash good? And the Oscar for Best Picture goes to Brokeback Mountain. I don't know what the music is. You'll be weirded out by the painful and kind of inaccurate sex scenes. I thought, like, the pain that was portrayed in them was like really good, because especially with Heath's character, I feel like he was so scared of who he was, and I feel like that really came through in the sex scenes. I don't know, I kind of felt like I dug that because it felt real to me. I don't know. Is that inaccurate? I don't know. Oh yeah, this is a frustratingly sad one. You will be tearful and possibly angry at some point and want to write fanfic to give them a happy ending. Absolutely! This might be the first time that I feel like I need to set this ending right. Thank you so much for watching. I'm not really sure what I'm doing next week. I might go back to Simpsons with my little brother, but I've also got a couple videos with Doug in the works for Tamara's never seen, some things that he hasn't seen either. So one of those will be in the works for next week. Thank you again for checking it out. I'll see you all soon. Bye.